Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and in this video we are going to cover the JavaScript for our to-do list app. As a review, what we have so far is we have our header, we have a text field where we can type the task we want to add, we have a button that eventually when we click will add a new task to a list down here. We're going to be able to save our list in our browser, and we're going to be able to mark off lists or items in our list whenever we complete them, and we'll be able to delete items from our list whenever we want to delete them. So we've completed our HTML and our CSS for this project. Today we're going to focus on the JavaScript. Okay, so first thing we need is we need a reference to our input box and our list container. Those references will allow us to grab the values from those or add values to them as we go. So these are going to be constants. So we'll say const input box equals document.get element by ID. And the ID for our input box is input box. Easy enough. So we'll get element by ID, and it's going to be input box. Okay, we'll do the same thing for our list container equals document.get element by ID, and it's going to be list container. Nope, script. There we go. Okay, so now we have references to those two things. What we need to do is we need to basically program the button so that whenever we click the button, it will run a function in JavaScript. So let's write the function first. So function, and we'll say add task. And inside this function, first we're going to check to see if they've written something. If they have, well, actually, we're going to ignore that. That's fine. Yeah, let's do it. Because if they haven't written anything, we don't want to actually add a new task to the list. So we'll say if input box.value equals nothing, then we are going to alert the user, and we'll say you must write something. Let's go ahead and test that out. I'm going to give it an exclamation point, make it really stand out. So to test this out, we need to actually add this add task function to our button. So we have to say button on click equals add task. And I think add task, yeah, actually has to be in quotes. Okay, so now when we go to our website, if we don't add anything and we click add, we get an alert. You must write something. Okay, so we at least know that we have that when we click the button, we get our add task function. Good. Okay. So if we do have something in there, we can say else, which means we have something in that input box. Then we want to create a new list item. We're going to store this list item in a variable. So we'll say let li equal document.create element. We're going to create an li, a list item. So we'll create a new list item and store it in a variable called li. We'll set li.innerHTML to be the value of our input box. So whatever we've typed, so input box.value. So this is going to say basically we want to set the inner HTML of this list item, meaning the text that goes in between the open and close tags. We want to set it to be whatever is the input box's value. So whatever we've typed into the input box. Okay, perfect. Then we want to add that to the list container element that we have here. So we'll say list container dot append child. basically meaning let's make this new li item a child of that list container thing. And then we're going to create a span. So let span equal document.create element, because we need to create that X over on the side, span. And we'll set the span.inner HTML. Instead of being X, let's use this. So /U00D7. It's a nicely formatted X. And we'll say li.append child span. So we're going to make this a child of the list item. Then we want to reset the value of our input box. So input, now this is going to be outside of the else. So input box.value equals nothing. And we're going to run a function called save data, which we can, I guess we can write that real quick. So let's do that. So function save data. And we're going to say local storage dot set item data list container dot HTML. So whatever's inside of our list container is going to be saved in the save data function or in the local storage. So here we can call save data to make that run at the end. Okay. Let's go ahead and test this. We just did quite a bit, so let's test it. Let's do something. Add. So now we've added do something. It added something to there, but it didn't actually add our text. Our span is there. Let's see what happened. Should be here. Input box dot value. That is strange. I'm wondering why that's not showing up. Let's comment this out real quick and see if that's causing the issue. It shouldn't be. That's strange. So it's not that. Did we somehow change? We didn't change the color. So it's creating it, but it's not adding it to our, let's go back. It's recognizing that it has a value, because if we run it, if we don't set anything, it gives us our alert. But if we type something in and click add, interesting. Let's keep moving on. We'll see if we can fix it in a minute. It should be actually adding that stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the span is in the wrong place, although it's making the span work. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let's create a function called showTask. And what this is going to do is it's going to basically show any of the tasks that we have saved in our local storage. So we'll create a showTask, and we'll say list container.inner HTML equals local storage.get item, and it's going to be data. We might be getting rid of our tasks too fast. So we'll run show task on the main program. So let's refresh. It says undefined. Do something. Add. Still not working. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure what's happening here. List container, append child, li. It's something to do with this. Interesting. All right, well, let's write the next part and see if this might actually help us. Let's write the next issue. So we're going to set an event listener on our list container. Basically what we want it to do is it's going to look to see if we've clicked on the text itself. If we have, it'll change the class to checked. So let's see if, oh no, let's do list container dot add event listener. This is going to be a click listener. And we are going to run a function we'll call e. And this function is going to say if e.target.tag name equals li, meaning if we've clicked on the list item, then we are going to say e.target.classList.toggle checked. And then we will save data. Else, if e.target.tag name equals span, then we will e.target.parent element remove. So we're going to, oh, not this, parent element dot remove. That's what I want. Parent element dot remove. Yep. Then we'll save data again. Save data. Now down here, after this French bracket, we need to do comma, false, and then a semicolon. Okay, so that should allow us to turn on and off this checked class. So this checked class should allow us to turn it on and off, or delete whatever is. If we hover over span, it should allow us to delete the item itself. So let's give that a shot. It still says undefined. That's weird. Okay, so set meeting, add. So there is no text here. Oh, kind of. So I can set it to checked, so that's working. And I can delete it, that's working. So everything's working except it's not showing my text. Strange. Let's set the inner HTML to be fart poops. Let's see if that's actually doing something. Okay, so even if we set it to an actual hard element, it's still not doing what we want. So maybe it's not appending the child properly. I mean, it is, though. Strange. What did I just do? Did I spell list container wrong? That worked. That was weird. Hold on. This is what it was. HMTL. Are you serious, guys? HTML. Wow. That was embarrassing. Okay. Now I got to figure out why it keeps saying undefined at the beginning of the thing. Either way, it should be working now. Do something. There we go. And I can uncheck it and I can delete it. What is this undefined? Not sure, but it's working the way it's supposed to. Let's set the input box value to be nothing at the top. Hopefully that gets rid of the undefined. Nope. What is that? Inspect. So it's adding that. That's weird. Anyway, it's working. I just don't know why it's adding undefined to the list. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it's adding that, but we're going to move on. We're just going to let that be a thing. I'll get rid of this because I don't need it. Alrighty. So that is the entire app. It's working now. We can add stuff. We can uncheck them. We can delete them. So yeah, our to-do list is working perfectly fine, except for this undefined thing that I can't figure out why it's there. But I'm sure I'd be able to figure it out within 2 minutes if I just turned off the video. But for now, this is good enough. So I'm going to let you guys finish working on this project. Let me know if you need any help, and I'll see you next time.